Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fortuna's Event Postcard series. I'm your host, Priyanshi Pandey, and today we are diving into one of the most dynamic areas of business transformation in the UAE, the evolving world of taxation and digital compliance. Over the past few years, the UAE has witnessed a remarkable shift in its tax landscape, from the introduction of VAT to the implementation of corporate tax, and now the rollout of e invoicing. Businesses are navigating a new era where tax has become a strategic business function rather than simply a compliance requirement. These changes are reshaping the way organizations manage finance, technology, governance, and risk. They also present exciting opportunities for businesses to embrace digital transformation and build more efficient, transparent, and future ready tax functions. To help us understand this journey, I'm delighted to have us joined by Mr. Haroon Rasheed, who is our distinguished speaker for today from Ali and Sons Holding. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Haroon Rasheed and a short intro about him. He has an extensive experience leading tax functions across a diversified business group. Mr. Haroon has been at the forefront of helping organizations adapt the UAE's evolving regulatory landscape while driving best practices in the tax governance, compliance, and digital transformation. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Priya. Thank you. Thank you for having me today. It's a great opportunity to share my journey and experiences with you.
It's our pleasure. So, without any further ado, let us dive into the discussion. Mr. Hiran, let's begin with your personal journey. Tax is highly a specialized profession, yet many people find their way into it in a different experiences. What specifically drew you to tax as a discipline, and what inspired you to build your career in this field?
Well, Priya, a good question. So, actually, I didn't plan to specialize in taxation when I started my career. Like other finance professionals, I began with finance and accounting background. And with the passage of time, when UA VAT was implemented, so I was involved in that implementation, and I realized that this tax is not just about laws and compliance. It's about understanding how the business operate and how different decisions impact an organization. So tax also connects me with every function within a business, like in procurement, sales, HR, IT. So a decision related to contract, transaction, or operating model can have a significant tax. What attracted me to the tax was the combination of technical knowledge, practical problem solving skills. I enjoy working with different teams, understanding the business context behind any transaction or solving real business problems rather than just, you know, looking at the number in spreadsheet. So to the continuous learning and the opportunity contributed to better business decisions are basically what kept me and motivated me to continue my career in this field of taxation.
Great to know that. It's really interesting and exciting to understand what exactly put you in this career and how you grew from there. So, today, as you are serving as the group tax manager at Ali and Sons Holding, overseeing tax across a large and a very diverse group of company. For many of our listeners, that sounds like an incredibly complex role. Could you walk us through what your day-to-day responsibility look like and how you actually balance compliance, business advisory, and strategic planning across all these multiple entities?
So, well, Priya, actually, every day is different here in taxation. And nowadays, because since 2018, the VAT was introduced and the taxes keep on evolving every year. Some new compliances that keep on coming, corporate tax, transfer pricing, BEPS, Pillar 2. So, every day is different. So we, as our company, they operate in multiple industries and business lines. So there is no typical day in the taxation. Like on a given day or a given moment, I may be reviewing corporate tax positions, discussion about VAT implications of a new business model. I think even currently today also I had similar kind of discussions. Or at the other moment, I'm working with ITT to implement this upcoming e-invoicing project and about its readiness. So a big part of my role is also coordinating between finance teams, business units, our management, and external advisors, because our management is also keen to know what is happening here. A lot of taxations and updates are keep on coming. So apart from giving our opinion, we also align with our external auditors to ensure that we all of the stakeholders are aligned. Tax basically does not work in isolation. It needs to be embedded into the business to manage risk and support business decisions. So to sum up my answer, the everyday task involve multiple things from VAT, corporate tax, e-invoicing, or transfer pricing, because we have different business units. So every unit has different kind of transactions. So not a specific date that I will work only on this particular thing today. So as a manager, I need to look after everything.
That's great to know, Mr. Harun. So it's never going to be a same situation in every day. It's rather new challenges, new opportunities, new implementations every day. So you have to keep
Yeah.
in touch with all of it and also ensure that the coordination amongst each of the team accordingly.
Yeah.
Great to know that. Also, like recently, the UAE has undergone one of the fastest tax transformations globally with the introduction of VAT, followed by corporate tax, and now the upcoming e invoicing framework. Having experienced this evolution firsthand, how have you seen the mindset of the UAE businesses change over the past few years? Are organizations becoming more proactive and strategic in the approach to the tax, or what is the current situation?
A very good question, and it is more relative nowadays. E-invoicing. The biggest change which I have seen is that tax has moved from being mainly a finance responsibility to becoming a broader business responsibility now. So when VAT was introduced, many companies focused mainly on understanding the rules and filing the VAT returns. That there must be correction in all VAT returns. But with corporate tax, business started paying more attention to governance, documentation, and transaction structures. Not us only, but the management and the board, they are also involved in this taxation, because a lot of things in corporate tax are also related to connected persons as well. Now with e-invoicing, tax is becoming even more integrated with business operations, because I need to ensure that all the related stakeholders, IT, procurement, operations, business units, finance, all need to work together to ensure that the process and the systems are aligned, which I think is very positive development.
Yeah, right. So, with every new amendment and every new structure that comes in the tax system, things are moving in a better direction and a positive growth part. Right. Also, that brings me to the next question. Like, corporate tax is still relatively new for many of the businesses, and organizations are continuing to adapt. From your experience, what are the most common gaps or misconceptions you are still seeing in the way companies approach corporate tax compliance, and what should actually finance leader be paying greater attention to?
So, Priya, well, the most common gap, what I have seen is some organizations still approach corporate tax around the filing deadlines, like after 9 months or just near to their due date. So, in reality, corporate tax basically effectively starts much earlier. It depends on maintaining accurate accounting records, proper documentation, strong related party governance, and I think having a clear internal process throughout the year. Like what we have done currently, that we learned a lesson from our previous or the first filing, and then we became a bit proactive and instructed the team that the next filing, which is upcoming filing, should not have those kind of lacks. So for this one, we started a bit earlier informing them that how they need to record the transaction, how they need to classify the transactions in a proper GL, so it will be easy at the time of filing, that we no need to spend much time on these kind of thing to find out what is correct, or where the actual thing should be. So like I can give you an example of entertainment expenses in corporate tax of UAE. Entertainment expenses related to employees, you can claim fully 100% in a tax deduction. But in case of entertainment to suppliers or customers, you have to, claim only 50%. So, which is like all the companies, they are, or most of the companies, they are preparing one GL for entertainment expenses. Then they are not dividing into two, what is related to supplier and customer and what is related to employees. So this time they had to think on this one, and they have done, even we have done also this one, that we don't want at year end when we are near to the filing, we got a lot of issues. So corporate tax is considered as near to the due date filing, but from my experience, I have seen it should have start quite early. And that's how you can be a bit more sure about your filings. Otherwise, you will have doubts that I was not able to go through all the transactions, right? Another area is cross-functional collaboration. So tax team, as you know, we cannot operate in isolation. All the departments, finance, legal, procurement, and even business teams all play an important role in identifying and managing tax implications.
Absolutely. So it is supposed to be well prepared in advance so that nearer to the due date, there are no last minute adjustments which are to be made. So it is an ongoing process.
Yeah, because it is like you have to spend more time digging into every transaction, or rather than you just classify, okay, this expense GL is related to employees, or this one is related to supplier and customer. So it would be quite easy, less hassle to check. And when you are having multiple business units, just imagine how much work we have to do at the same time.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Absolutely. Great to know that. And it's the relevance of maintaining each and every expense in that manner. So that brings me to the next question. Looking ahead, the next year will be an important one for the businesses to prepare for greater digitalization and regulatory requirements. From the perspective of a group tax manager, what are your key priorities over the next 12 months? And what do you believe organizations should have been investing their efforts in this year?
Now, for next 12 months, I think the focus will be on strengthening the processes rather than just meeting the deadline. If I can think this one, definitely the rest of the businesses are also thinking that at least whatever have done previously, that's okay, but what to do in the future. So I think business will continue refining their corporate tax compliance, improving transfer pricing documentation, and if they are having any transaction with their related party or connected persons, they really need to document it. So I think they will further refine this one, and of course they will prepare for e-invoicing implementation, and I think investing in the technology to improve efficiency and accuracy, because right now the workload has increased in taxation also. So we need to find out the way how this process can be more automated. So I think businesses will further spend on this technology, I think. And the key objective is to make the tax compliance part of everyday business operations rather than just treating it year end exercise.
Absolutely. That's absolutely relevant takeaway from this discussion. And also the nextly our viewers would also like to know about, like, one of the biggest topics across the region today is e-invoicing. Many organizations are beginning their readiness journey. If you could just give one piece of advice to the finance and tax leaders in the Abu Dhabi who are preparing for the e-invoicing mandate and the implementation, what would it be?
So in two words, I will say start early. If I will go in more detail, I will just say that as early as possible. If they didn't start it yet, they have to start now, because we are already in the process of implementing this e-invoicing, and we have seen a lot of challenges are there. So you need to really fix the timeline, understand your business processes, and then go with that timeline. Otherwise, it will really gonna hurt you, because the go live date is not going to be changed. It will remain same 1st of January 2027. So I think as soon as possible they can start, they should do it. Because right now still I feel that some people really think that, okay, invoicing is just a tax project or maybe an IT project. Some are thinking tax and IT project, but basically it's a business transformation project. All the business units, they have to be involved. Every function need to pay some, kind of attention and play a bit part from their side. So before selecting technology, like IT will do the implementation. But before, we should understand what is our invoicing process. So normally, as we have done also, gap assessment, that is really important. So do the gap assessment. If you are multi, kind of businesses, different lines of businesses, then you have to do the gap assessment to identify what is the process, where are the gaps, and then involve finance, tax, IT into this one, and then business teams right from the beginning, not like in the middle somewhere. So, and the first step should be the gap assessment, understand your processes, and then go with the flow. And once you are ready that okay, these are our gaps that we need to fix, then the implementation, actual implementation, which IT will handle, that will start. So if you will focus on okay, IT will do the implementation, but you will be in trouble at the time of testing or before the time of go live, because the invoicing process, the ASP which you will select, that ASP will not let your invoice go in the next ASP or the customer until unless you will have all the features which is required by tax authority in that ASP in your system. So for any kind of thing, that I think before moving for any kind of process or any kind of implementation, you need to identify what are the gaps, what would be our plan, then implement. So that I think in that way it will be really successful. So the companies that prepare early and take a structured approach will have much more smoother transition. As we are planning that by mid of October, we will be in UAT testing phase. Like we will complete our implementation as per timeline. So I think a bit earlier is better. It's not like a normal SAP or Oracle or any kind of implementation of accounting software. It's basically some compliance requirement. So you have to start early, that you will properly test everything before you will be in trouble on the day of go live.
Absolutely. The starting early is the most important aspect here, and it's not only one department, but all the departments have to collectively work towards and be prepared for the implementation.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, right. Also, finally, we are very excited to welcome you as one of the distinguished speakers as the TaxTech and e-invoicing summit happening in Abu Dhabi. What are the most looking forward to the discussion at the summit? What are the key insights can attendees expect to gain from your session?
So attendees may majorly they will understand from me the transfer pricing. So I will highlight transfer pricing. Given time of 15 to 20 minutes, it's not really reasonable for transfer pricing, but I will try my best to explain in a concise way to all the audience, because I know there would be some tax professionals would be there, but majority may be other than taxation professionals. So I need to take everyone, and I will be on the same page with everyone. So I think it's better I will highlight the most important point, and I will be as concise as possible. The details I can discuss with them separately if they require. But yeah, majorly I will be speaking on transfer pricing during that.
Amazing. Our audience will be very excited to join us at the summit and learn more about transfer pricing and the taxation in the Abu Dhabi from you.
Yeah, and also I'll be looking forward to meet several people there to know their experience in e-invoicing as of that day, that time, because I think everyone has started maybe, or someone is about to complete that similar to us. So I think I will discuss with them what are the challenging challenges they are facing, and how they overcome those challenges, and anything which can give me some kind of knowledge from them as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Haroon, for this insightful discussion and sharing your thoughts with us in a very concise manner and to the point. It was really helpful. So, one of the biggest take away from today's conversation is tax is no longer just a compliance. It is going to become a strategic function, and that enables better decision making, stronger governance, and digital transformation across the business. So, as the UAE continues its journey toward a fully digital tax ecosystem, organizations that invest in technology and robust processes with skilled people are best positioned for a long term success.
Yeah, and I think investing is in people is, it's a key to success. Otherwise, if you are keep on spending on or trying to save the money at this stage, that will harm you in future.
Absolutely. So it is very important from the beginning itself to stay on the track so we don't have to face challenges later on. Thank you so much,
Exactly.
Mr. Haroon.
Thank you, Priya, for having me. It's pleasure talking to you and speaking to audience. I will be really happy that I will be speaking in transfer pricing in your event. So looking forward to meet everyone. Thank you.
Looking forward to it. And to everyone listening, if you'd like to continue these conversation and hear directly from the experts who are driving tax transformation across the region, we invite you to join us at the TaxTech and e-invoicing summit Abu Dhabi. Until next time, this is Priyanshi Pandey for the Fortinus Event podcast series. Thank you for listening and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Haroon.